What are you laughing about?
I don't know. I don't know why I counted down.
You have to count down. What do you
You
mean?
didn't say anything. You just counted down and said nothing. I kept waiting on you to say something.
All right, so
Like,
Purist Stock
3, 2, 1.
10 with Rogue and Fantasy. So let's start off with you, Natalie, and what you said earlier. You said, say that again. What you said earlier about the presents.
Oh, I'm going shopping tomorrow. Because I always sponsor kids at Christmas. And get them things for Christmas when they wouldn't normally be able to get Christmas.
And but say why you do it. Say why you do it.
I don't know. Just
You said earlier. Now, come on. You
yeah. Say what you said earlier.
You said earlier because it was the good Christian thing to do.
oh yeah, because it's a good Christian thing. That was just me being a smart aleck.
But I'm a good Christian girl.
Yeah, but.
Well, I'm an atheist and I pay taxes, and that's charity.
That is not charity. What do you get?
Yes, it is.
How do you get paying taxes in charity? Because I don't see anything that I don't
Paying
see
taxes
anything.
goes to welfare. Welfare is fucking charity.
No.
Therefore,
Okay.
paying taxes
Okay.
equals charity.
Everybody
There you
pays
go.
taxes, so you
No
can't. Really,
shit.
so that's not charity then. If everybody
Some
does
people
it,
don't pay taxes at all, dude. Are you crazy as fuck? The rich don't fucking pay taxes at all, nigga.
they do.
No, they don't.
Anyway, this isn't about politics. This is about religion. Natalie, what I wanted to tell you earlier is that's religion. Religion does give people some sort of sense and morals and values to do things like that, whereas other people who don't follow by religious beliefs wouldn't necessarily do that. Is that not
I
true?
guess. Well, I guess. I mean, I do it because it makes me happy. It makes me happy to do things for other people.
Yeah.
And I grew up not having a lot, so I try and do things for other people when I can.
Yeah, that makes
I still do a lot for other people.
Okay, well, I started off with that because we were talking about it earlier, but let's start off with everyone's stance on religion. We'll start off with you, Mr. Purple.
Well, clearly I am an atheist, sir.
Okay, explain why you're atheist.
I believe in a logical interpretation of everything. I believe everything can be interpreted logically. I believe there are no gods. Either there are higher beings than us, extraterrestrials that came down this planet and influenced primitive man to thinking there were higher beings. I just don't think there's one man in the clouds watching me every time I touch myself, you know? That's just stupid.
Okay. I'm sure he's not interested in that, but okay. Natalie, you go.
I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and He sent His Son to die for our sins. And being a Christian is a relationship with God. And
Okay.
I have to throw up.
Hold on, nope. This isn't your time to talk. Shut the fuck up. And so, why do you believe that? What is there a particular reason you believe that, or is it just
because there's too many things that's happened in my life that I can't explain that have been good or bad, and have turned out not the way I expected. Especially bad things that happened in my life that I thought was horrible, ended up turning out to be good things.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I can just feel it. It's just a feeling. It's about faith. I mean, it's definitely not something that you can see or something that's tangible. It definitely has to be something that you just believe in.
Okay. Well, my stance is, and I think it will continue to stay this way. From what I know, there isn't like a word for it, but I believe I could go either way. I'm not going to sit here and say that there isn't a God, and I'm also not going to sit here and say that there is, because anything is possible, and we really have no idea either way.
And that's probably the
And
smartest.
so that's the way I believe. There either could be one or there couldn't. It doesn't matter either way, and I see no problem in people believing in God, and I also see no problem in people not believing in God. That is where I stand with it. But
So why do you understand why people don't believe in God, Jared?
because I can see where people would think that that's just all bullshit.
Do you see religion as a powerful tool to manipulate mass minds?
I see it as helpful more than anything.
Well, when you're
See it
talking
as-
about religion, you're talking really broad because there's lots of different kinds of religion.
The strict Catholic religion alone, community is huge, and most people are still Orthodox Catholic. I mean, there's still a lot of Orthodox Catholics.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a
And-
lot of good things in having a religion and believing
And
and
having that much influence on that amount of people. I mean, some of the things that these people say are just fucking ludicrous and ridiculous.
why.
I mean, are you crazy?
Well, I just don't understand. Why do you think it's ridiculous?
Maybe his Pope was a fucking psychopath, dude.
Who?
I forgot his fucking name. I'm high right now, so I don't fucking know.
But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, I could see the good things about having a religion. It kind of, from my experience, most of my family is religious. It's kind of comforting.
All of my family.
It gives you that sense of, like, you're not in this alone type deal, and it gives you some sort of standards to live by.
Oh, I understand. I mean, there's
And I don't see that being bad at all.
I understand it's being part of something larger than yourself. I understand there's a good community in it. I understand that the majority of the people are good, but there are fucking a ridiculous amount of fucking hypocrites around here, and I just couldn't take it. And I talked to a black preacher at work one day. He's a retired preacher, whatever he said. And we had this long conversation. And there was a whole bunch of people around us. And we eventually got to the point where I was like, if you believe Hitler doesn't go to hell or some shit, I don't know. He said something about Hitler not going to hell. And
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Adel, you know more about that. I've never read the Bible. I mean, I've been to church and I've been around religious things, but what?
Well,
how does
he's
that work?
getting into a really deep topic because it's deep. It's hard for even Christians to understand that if you go that deep. Because let me finish.
Let her finish. Let her finish. Go ahead.
Because sin is the same in God's eyes. It's completely equal. Doesn't matter if you kill someone or if you lie. Because it all goes back to the first commandment, which is thou shalt have no other gods before me. So any sin that's committed is having another god before God himself. So that's why he sees them as equal across the board.
Here's my problem with that.
Like I said, even for Christians, that's hard. That's a hard thing to comprehend. There's a lot of Christians that don't get that.
Listen, in the Catholic religion, people are born with sin from the sin of Eve when she took the fruit from the forbidden tree in the Bible.
Listen, here's my problem with
Eve is not even Adam's first wife. There's another wife before Eve where she's made from the same earth as Adam is. Eve is made from Adam's rib, but there's another one that was cast out before Eve. This is all on a show called The Bible Secrets on the History Channel. And if you watch this, it's very informative. And it shows you that there are literally many interpretations to the Bible. And the Holy Bible that you have now, the completed New Testament Bibles that they have now, are so just ridden with inconsistencies and plot holes. And it's just so diluted from centuries.
You're right. You're exactly right. That's why there's so many denominations.
I understand the core principles of religion, and the core principles.
That's also why Christianity and believing in God is not about the Bible necessarily. It's about a relationship with God. It's not necessarily about Scripture and being like, this is what it is and this is what the Bible says. It's not that cut and dry. That's the whole reason why Jesus spoke in parables. He spoke in parables because it's not that cut and dry. It's about a relationship and understanding.
Not listening. People literally take the Holy Bible, the New Testament Holy Bible, at its word and believe it.
Some people do.
I think
It's
that's
It's all about interpretation.
See, I think that's a mistake.
People can interpret that. They literally take it word for word.
I know, but you can't group everybody because there's way too many religions. There's too many different religions that study just the Bible that you're talking about. We're not even talking about Buddhism or any of those other religions.
There are radicals in every religion, but Christianity and Islam have the most.
Yeah, but going back to what you said earlier about every sin is the same, see, I have a problem with that because that's complete bullshit. I mean, if I kill somebody, that should be different than, divorcing my wife. There's a huge difference there. I'm not killing a person. I'm not killing his quote-unquote children. So that's all bullshit.
I understand.
In my eyes, that's
completely
complete bullshit.
I never sinned. I never took the fucking fruit from the tree, but yet I was born with sin, apparently, according to this religion, which is
you're
way.
talking about Catholicism, and that's a little bit different than Christianity.
That's where
as far as
Christianity
Protestants,
that's where
they're a little
Christianity comes from.
The problem is knowing.
You
I
live in the South where most everybody's Protestant. All the Catholics live up north and out
you live
Midwest.
in the South. What are you talking about?
I understand. I live near Baptists.
See, my problem is like it's been so
still
long.
Millions of people that are Catholic.
It's been so long since all this
all the
supposedly
people in
happened.
Europe are Catholic.
Can we talk one at a time, please? It's been so long since all this has happened that it's kind of hard to tell what happened to what everyone is talking about now. That's probably the biggest issue for me is it's been a long ass time, and so what people have now and what's in the Bible now and what people talk about now that supposedly happened could be
distorted.
A complete twist of what really happened because
I went to it's extremely distorted.
I went to some sort of community thing one time and one of the things that we did was we had everyone in a circle and the main guy told the person next to him something and then everyone kept telling it to each other until it got back to him, and by the end it was completely not even the same thing. And that kind of applies here. You have millions of people that believe this, and probably thousands of people that have wrote different things and said different things about what happened. It's probably not even close to what really happened.
But
correct.
The problem I'm
having. If you completely agree in a God that controls absolutely everything, I don't honestly believe that everything would get so misconstrued that no one would have any clue about what's going on and everybody's kind of stumbling around in the dark. The God that I know is not going to do that. He's not going to just be like, oh, well, there's millions of people that have interpreted it this way and it's just all going to be screwed up and nobody's ever going to know which way's which. He's not going to let his word do that because he's God. He can control that.
Well, like I've said before, I don't think that it's not possible, which it completely can be possible. And if anyone, I'm sorry, Purple, if anyone thinks that it's not possible, then that's just dumb. Because no one was around then, and there's no proof that it didn't happen, there's no proof that it did happen. So
there's a logical explanation to everything.
Dude, no, we don't know everything. We know far from everything.
I agree on that statement, but
so
there's still a
that it's not possible,
logical explanation for everything.
To say that it's not possible.
I never said it wasn't.
I'm saying in general, in my eyes, to say it's not possible is stupid. But to also say that it 100% happened is also being stupid because that's not sure. Not true at all.
It's possible that there is one sentient being in the universe that controls your every thought and action, and has control everything that you ever do, and he automatically created you with sin, and he automatically created your fate. But apparently you can change it because of free will. But that doesn't. But he already said he controls your every action because he's omnipotent. He's all powerful. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, but God doesn't do that. He doesn't control us. He's not a puppet master.
Okay.
That's where free will comes into play. He's not a puppet master. The whole reason why we were made was because he wanted love. It was all about love. He wanted some being to love him, but he didn't. It's just like us. We don't want somebody to love us because we tell them to. We want somebody to love us because they love us.
Do you realize that your religion is not the first religion to be made? Why do you think your religion is any different than the pagan religion? Do you realize Christmas is a pagan holiday?
I think
when it celebrates the birth of the Savior, no, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Go look it up. Yes, it is. I swear to God, it is.
Look it up where?
Bing.
Bing.
You can go look for it. I mean, facts are out there, sweetheart. But anyways,
I mean, I'm just
saying that the fact that there's multiple religions, that I mean, they all believe.
Islam and Christianity, the creation story for Islam and Christianity are almost exactly the same. There's a virgin birth, and there was a star. They talk about the same star in the sky.
So it's
kind of strange. So it's basically the same story, but it's just viewed in a different way. So it's kind of crazy that's kind of weird, isn't it? Don't you think?
They worship one God. It's so what? There was Thor.
I don't know that I would call that a coincidence. That's just me.
And Ra. I mean, there were many religions that were the same. The Greek and the Romans had similar gods.
I mean,
they had. What did they have? The Greek and Romans had two different gods. Like, they had two gods of war. They had many different gods, and they were all similar. And they used each other's gods, and they were completely different cultures.
Yeah,
doesn't mean anything.
It's
everything has a logical explanation.
It's completely possible. But it's also, it could be not possible. I mean,
my biggest thing is, if you don't believe in anything, then how? I don't know. My life is very difficult as it is, and I could not go from day to day having absolutely no hope.
It's not no hope. To me,
that's what God is. It's not. And if you don't have something, because
you don't need God to have hope.
Really? So what happens when you die if there's no God? What happens?
It's over. Your life is gone.
Exactly. It's over. There's nothing. So then what hope is there? Nothing. Because life is short.
Exactly. So enjoy it while you have.
The thing is, nobody knows. Nobody.
It's just rare that you think it needs a purpose, that you think it needs an afterlife, when all this is just coincidence by itself that life has ever created. The circumstances for life are so rare, but it happens in the universe, and the chances of it happening are 1,000 times fold. It's ridiculous because we know there's life on other planets because the calculations are out there for it. That's why life is not rare in a sense then.
So you're saying your life is not rare. The fact that you came into being at this specific time in this world is not rare.
Just listen.
Because I think it is.
You are made from a star, Lynx. You have iron in you, which is from a star. A physical star in the universe. You're from a star.
No, sweetie.
Star created the Earth. A star created the galaxy because it pulled the matter into a mass, and the mass formed a planet. And then more mass got pulled in and formed the bigger planet, and it became Earth. And then it down and formed water by incoming action. See, this is
problem. See, the problem is listen. The problem is nobody knows what the fuck created what. You understand what I'm saying?
Observe the universe now and watch planets being formed.
Listen, man.
We are all created.
I understand that. We know how planets are made. Listen, we know how planets are made.
to the Earth and
Listen
you
to me. We know
into
how
something.
planets are made. That's not the
I'd
problem.
rather
That's not what I'm
believe in
saying.
reincarnation than anything else.
We know how planets are made. We know how stars are made, but we think we know how this universe was made, which I don't even think we know how the fuck that happened.
I don't think
Yes,
we're
we do.
supposed to
We can
know.
watch being
I
made.
don't think we are supposed
You
to
can't
know.
watch a universe.
We're not
be
supposed
made.
Oh,
to know everything.
No, and we know.
Well, that
We
right
know.
there means you want to be ruled over. You want to have a master, and I don't need a master. I mean, you do apparently,
We
but
know.
I don't.
I think we know absolutely like 1% of what the
So
fuck.
are you saying because I believe in God that I have no control
You
over my
know
life
what you
and I have
said,
no control over what I do?
or you of what you just said. We're not meant to know everything.
We're
I
not meant
think
to. That's the whole reason why
I
it's called faith, because you're
I
not supposed
think
to know
we can
everything.
figure
It's literally
everything.
blind faith.
That's the critical difference between you and me. Is I think we can figure anything out if we try. That is the critical difference between you and
I think there's a certain point in which we can't figure out. That is what I'm saying. Like, it's like what
I think everything.
I think it's the same thing. Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? We will never know. We will never know what came first, what made this universe, and what made the shit that made this universe. We will never know. I'm sorry, but it won't happen. It just won't.
I think we will.
I don't. I don't think we will ever know.
I do.
I think that it's possible that there is a God, but then here comes a point, well, who made him? And that will always be an argument. What made
Man,
what made that? And what made
man,
this?
there is an answer for that.
No, there is
Man.
an answer for that, Verbal. Your opinion, but that's not
Indeed,
an answer.
that is my opinion, sir.
I'm saying that we can say, oh, the Big Bang, that's what caused the universe. Okay, well, what caused the shit that caused the Big Bang?
The Big
No, no.
Bang Theory.
I'm
never
saying-
said.
But
I
I'm
never
saying,
had it all figured out. I never
I'm
said
not
that.
saying
I
that you did.
never
I'm just
said.
telling you what
I
I think.
said everything could be figured out. There is a possibility for man to figure everything out,
I don't think so.
and we
So you
are.
think there's a reason why, I don't know, good people get cancer and then people who are bad get rich?
Yep.
You think there's a reason for that?
Nope.
Well, you said there's a reason for everything.
I think it just happens.
Did I say there was a reason for everything? I never said there was a reason for
You
everything.
said there was a logical reason for everything.
There's a logical reason for everything. Yeah, sure. He got rich. Why did he get rich? I mean, did he sell drugs? You're not being informative on his background. I don't know what you're
I'm just
talking about.
asking in general.
That guy got rich for
You
multiple...
can't ask a question like that in general and not be specific.
It's too big of a generalization. You can't.
You were talking about religions in general.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, like, there probably is a reason for everything, but
There's
it's
a
probably,
logical explanation for everything.
But I'm just saying that you think we'll somehow figure everything out. I think that's not possible. We just, there's no way to find out that kind of shit. I really don't think so.
Well, me personally, I think that the things that have happened in my life that I can't explain, the reason why they happen is because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't living the way I was supposed to be living. And it was kind of like a wake-up call of...
But here's the thing.
You need to change some things in your life.
Here's the thing, Natalie. You got done earlier saying he's not a puppet master, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's being a puppet master.
How is it being a puppet master?
That's telling you how to live your life. That's telling you that you're doing
No,
something wrong.
because it was my decision. Because I could have ignored it.
I'm just gonna say this. I do not believe.
I could have completely ignored that and just said, well, life sucks and all this stuff happened to me because life sucks. It's a choice. It's a choice.
Is it possible that it just happened?
I don't think
happens
so.
To a lot of people, it's not just you.
I don't think so, because, and I don't want to go into specifics, but
I know that, but I'm saying
there was some things that happened, and I thought they were horrible at the time, and they turned out to be really, really good things that happened to me. They were bad at the time. They were really bad at the time, but they turned out to be really, really good things because it was things that I needed to happen in my life.
How do you know that you needed it to happen?
Because looking back on it, I'm in a better place now than I was because I changed things in my life because those bad things happened.
Or is it possible that that was a bad thing that turned your life out to be worse than what it would have been had that not happened? Because there's no way for you to know that. That's my problem, is there's no way for you to know that.
I know that's why it's called faith. You're not supposed to know. It's called faith. That's why it's completely faith.
It's called brainwashing, Links.
It's not.
If you weren't born and raised in a Baptist home, if you were born and raised in Iraq and a hut, you would believe Islam and you would be married. And you
not
would
necessarily.
have no. Yes, you would. Oh my God.
That's not necessarily true because I grew up in a Christian house with a Christian family, and
you said your whole family was a Christian family, Purple, and that's not how you ended up.
I was originally a Baptist, correct, and I got converted to an atheist.
Well,
so
I grew up in a Christian house with a Christian family and went to church every Sunday, but I don't anymore, and I don't necessarily believe that way anymore. So that's not true what you said earlier. That's people have their own minds, and some people don't like to make their own decisions and do what they want to do just because some people might be scared of their family or whatever the case may be, but that doesn't mean that everybody who is in that situation is going to end up that way. That's bullshit.
And it's not like I don't look down on you or I don't think anything different of you because of what you believe in. I'm just trying to explain what I believe in.
See, what I hate the most about anybody, whether they're religious or not, is when people push their beliefs onto you and try and force you to believe that, and when they believe that nothing else is possible. That shit pisses me off.
I believe everything is possible.
Like if Purple tried to tell me that there's for sure no God and it's not possible to happen, that would piss me off. And if you try,
I would never tell you that. There's the odds are out there that everything is possible. Like I just said, everything is possible. That's why life is possible, because life is a chance. Just like everything else in the universe is up to chance.
And just like if fantasy tried to tell me that there is for sure a God and there's no possible way that it's not possible,
everything, a miscarriage is up to chance. There's certain hormones. We don't know everything about the human body yet. Like I said, we don't know everything, but we're figuring it out. Like I said, we can figure anything out if you try.
The time it would take to figure out those type of things.
We have the time as a civilization if we don't destroy ourselves.
No, because we're too focused on things like iPhones and
religion will tear us apart.
No,
because
I don't think
yes, it will. People bomb the World Trade Center because of religion, because of Islam, because they would believe they go to heaven. Are you crazy?
Yeah, but I don't think that's slowing us down. I think
it is slowing us down. Are you insane?
I think focusing on things like iPhones and computers and shit like that.
Yes, useless technology, of course, but it still is technology. It's the progression of technology.
But I think it's slow. That's what slows us down.
Frivolous technology. I agree.
Like, listen. When was the last time we focused on traveling to the moon to another planet or something?
This is about religion.
I know, but we're still talking about religion. But anyway, if you guys have anything else to add, we talk about that. If not, we'll go ahead and end it.
I pooped.
You have anything else to add?
Who?
Natalie? Fantasy?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear. No.
Nope. Alright, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 10, Religion, and the next episode we might do aliens, possibly.